Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again this morning. I had to break out another flannel this morning. I'm sure it'll be nice and warm before the day's over, though, but it was a little chilly this morning. Good to see you here. Lord's blessings be upon you. Let me ask you this. What is it that makes you who you are? What is it about yourself that you are like most proud of? That sort of is your identity and kind of is how you want to be known. And so then let me ask you this. Would you be willing to give all of that up for Christ? Everything that makes you who you are, everything about you that you're the most proud of, would you be willing to give it all up for Christ? Well, this is exactly what Paul is addressing in Philippians chapter 3, verse 8. He says, indeed, I count all things loss for the excellence of the knowledge of Christ Jesus my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and I count them as rubbish that I may gain Christ. Now, if you read the verses right before that, Paul talks about all of the reasons that he has to be proud of himself. He's from the right nation. He's from the right tribe in the right nation. He was a trained scholar. He calls himself a Pharisee. He knew the law, and he was zealous for the law. He kept the law. He was zealous to make sure that everybody, he lost his he didn't lose his heritage, but he counted it as loss. He trashed his religion. Everything that made Paul who he was, he gave it up for Christ. Because you see, Christ trumps everything. And having a personal relationship with God trumps everything that I have. Everything that I think makes me who I am. Everything that I am proud of myself about. All of those things can come between me and God. And so he says, I count those things as loss. And others, in fact, at the end of that, he says, I count them as rubbish. He says, it's all just garbage. He says, it's all just garbage that I just throw away when it's compared to the excellence of being in a relationship with God through Christ Jesus. I'm going to tell you what. If you will truly surrender your life to Christ, to his gospel, and enter into a relationship with him, you will not regret it ever. He will give you the life that you've always longed for. It's not even the life that you've longed for. He will give you the life that you didn't know you longed for. He'll give you the life that that will open up your home, your family, your life to the blessings and to the work of mighty God. But we have to surrender. And that's what Paul is saying here. It's about surrender. Surrendering to him, surrendering to that gospel. I count all these things loss for the excellence of the knowledge of Christ Jesus, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and I count them as rubbish, that I might gain Christ. What would it profit a man if he gained the whole world and lose his own soul? Those are the words of Jesus. God bless you guys. Get out there and faith today. Love you. Bye.